Hey, what's up, everybody? Just leaving the gym, and the gym for me is like a place to, it's like the shower for some, or what a lot of men may say, like the toilet, where they can do all their thinking. The gym is also a place where I do a lot of thinking, while I'm working out, and I just was, I was thinking about like relationships. It seems like in the past, let's say 3 years, like since COVID, there have been a lot of relationships, friends that have been going through it, and I think about just relationships that we might see, from famous people, or just, they're basically how they are falling apart. And if being married has taught me nothing else, is that there's never really one side that's failing in the marriage. While one may be doing something that seems it's more flamboyant, it's like obviously wrong. It doesn't mean that the other side is completely perfect. And I don't say that to throw my wife under the bus. If anything, as the head of the household, I throw myself under the bus first and foremost. The way I try to live within my marriage, or a motto that I try to live by, is to outdo my wife in honoring her. And one of the ways that I honor her is first and foremost by honoring my father. And so my father tells me what kind of husband I'm supposed to be. He tells me what a leader is supposed to look like, how he's supposed to lay down his life for those who are like below them or below him. There's no one below anyone as man, but just as far as like headship versus submission and the order that God placed us in. So, a lot of times when me and my wife have a disagreement, I think first and foremost not about let me not say that. Let me be completely honest. First, I do think about how she's wronged me, but second, I think about how I could have handled the situation better. Have I been loving her? Have I been outdoing her in showing honor? Because, again, one of the things that I've been learning is that the reason we should outdo one another, or at least attempt to, in honoring each other, is because we're not perfect. And one day, one of us is going to fall short. But if the normal for us is to outdo, then when that person falls short, our first reaction, or our initial reaction, is not to retaliate, but instead to be loving, to extend grace, to go out of our way to show that we're still in this relationship as one, and we're not enemies. We're just imperfect, and we're trying to get there. So, I'm sorry. I've been quoting Romans, by the way. That's Romans 12:10, where it says, I believe it's 12:10, where it says, outdo one another in showing honor. But that's also one of the ways that in John, I believe Jesus says that's how they'll know who his children are, who follows him, who are fellow heirs. They'll know us by the way we love each other. And if you, within a marriage, aren't displaying love for your wife, this is mainly for the men right now, because that's what I am. I'm a man, and I'm speaking to all my brothers out there. If we're not showing the world how a husband is supposed to love his wife, then they have no example by which to go by, because our example is Jesus and how he loves the church. So just a reminder, just some encouragement. Being a man is kind of difficult. You try to figure out what the proper way to lead is without being tyrannical. And at times, it feels like if you are laying down your life to love your wife, it feels like you're not leading, or at least for me personally, sometimes it feels like I'm not leading properly, but instead I'm giving my power to my wife and allowing for her to lead. But no, Jesus set aside his godship in order to come in the form of man. I just thought about that. Like, me setting aside like my quote unquote retaliation, or this sense of leadership or headship in order to meet my wife where she is, does not even come close to me, the humility that it took for Jesus to come in the form of man. And so anyway, mind blown. This got longer than I wanted it to be, but I hope it's encouraging. And I hope you all have a blessed day. And husbands, stay in your word, stay praying. That's it. Peace.